Where are you?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, heart and soul, be healed, be new, be known. Live and be whole, be whole. It started in my head, moved into my heart, soul, now it's in my hands. My understanding of health, it started to expand. I couldn't do it myself, I needed other friends to become whole man. Explore my emotions, work on my mental health, live for His glory, ask for the Spirit's help, practice and repeat. Being known is the greatest wealth, seek rest and be a blessing. I'm on the road to wholeness, but I haven't arrived. Some sit in the back, I've been given the drive. You content to survive, I'm trying to thrive.
Welcome back to another video, y'all. Today I'm talking about what brought me to God, how I know the Holy Spirit was real, how I know Jesus is real, how X, Y, and Z, you know. So basically, I'm going to be explaining what experience I had and when I knew Jesus Christ, you know, the Holy Spirit and God and Trinity was real to me. First of all, if we grew up in church from legit all the way up to, like, you know, I'm still in church now, right? But yeah, so like that necessarily doesn't really mean anything when it comes to like faith and having a relationship with God, right? So obviously you want to learn Him on a personal level and you get to know Him on a personal level so He can be personal with you. And I came to a point in my life to where I was living by myself, you know, and I seen a lot of different things in my life to where I was just going out, partying, I was smoking, you know, drinking. You know, I was never even a smoker. I don't even know why. And I just knew I just want to, I knew I was stagnant. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like the feeling like of me being stagnant in where I was at. And I felt like I was not growing as a person, as a human being. And like I said, I always had the Spirit in me, or I always had God with me. You know, I felt like, but it was like somebody that was on the back burner, you know? Like, it was like God was like that friend you hit up every once in a while when you need something, you know what I mean? To me, at that time. Came to a point where I was just always, you know, and this is how you know an indicator of when you know you're locked in with the Lord, or you're striving to be locked in, or you're getting closer to Him. You start doing things with Him on a consistent basis, and you don't even notice it, right? You don't even notice you're doing these things. It just becomes your everyday habit, and Jesus becomes your friend, and you know, He becomes your personality. Hanging out with Him becomes your personality, right? You're hanging out with Jesus Christ becomes your personality when, you know, you start hanging out with, when you get a relationship, when you get a good relationship with Him, you know, and He's just kind of, you know, it's just what you wear on your back, like a jacket, right? So I started noticing that I was just always doing things either for the church or doing Bible studies, and you know, I was doing, like, you know, my community service on Saturdays, Fridays sometimes as well. And you know, I was always trying to, you know, lock in with the Lord. And I stopped listening to secular music. I stopped listening to a whole bunch of, you know, I stopped listening to a whole bunch of stuff that would make my mind, you know, go backwards in my faith, or try to. I still have my mess ups, my mishabits, and all that. We always gonna have that as long as we're working on it, right? I know a lot of people think when you had that moment, or it's not necessarily a moment, because I don't like to pinpoint on anything with Jesus Christ or God, anything, because, you know, He has no box, you know, so I don't really like to put any simple way of, like, you know, how I found the Lord, or how He touched me, or how I noticed, you know, He was in my life, right? Because putting God in the box is like impossible, because He's God. Like, there is no certain way. He's above our understanding, right? He's above our understanding. So who am I to say how it works? You know? So it might be different for you, it might be different for anybody. So you gotta walk your path, and God's gonna show you. Just as soon as you seek, and you'll find. You know, you seek the Lord and you'll find Him. You know what I mean? Type stuff. But so like I was saying, I went through my community service and things of that nature. So it was one day I woke up I woke up in the morning and I texted one of my, I would say mentors. And it was a Saturday. Every Saturday I would go to every other Saturday, and every Friday as well. I would go to this food bank and pass out food to the homeless. Or not even the homeless, just less fortunate, God's people, right? And there was one morning where it was like I had to get up at 5 a.m. just to drive out there. It's a 30-minute drive to get there, 20-minute drive to get there. And I was walking, or I was getting up, and you know how you get up sluggish and tired, you be like, man, I'm not feeling it today. Like I was not locked in, bro. I was not locked in, and I was just like, I need some energy, man. I need some energy. I went and got my Red Bull, and I was on my way to the food bank at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm listening to music, and I'm like, man, I need to get hyped. I need to get lit, like, you know what I mean? I need to get this energy, because I'm about to go and serve these people. I don't want to be sad and, sluggish in front of anybody, because when you go to the Lord's work, you want to always do it with a happy and smiling face, and, do it from a place of love, and you want to make sure they're feeling love, because there's always an opportunity to, you always want to not force the opportunity, but if you show how much you care, there's always, I feel like there'll be an opportunity to share the gospel with them. So you want to always show love and things of that nature, create that opportunity with somebody. No one cares how much you know until you know how much you care, right? On my way, and I start playing a little dirt, you know what I mean? I'm in my dirt bag, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get in my bag, and I'm like, not feeling it today, yo. I'm not feeling the little dirt, little baby. I wasn't feeling it. I think it was little baby, actually. I wasn't feeling it though. That's that's besides the point. Because I was already like on my way of not listening to secular music, but I was like, there's a couple songs that always got me lit. And I played one of my jams, and it didn't get me lit, right? So I was like, man, God, I need some strength. Help me. And I felt like, I was driving in silence, and I just happened to turn on some gospel music, right? I turned on some gospel music, and I started listening to it. And I get the bump in my head, turn it up like, You know what I'm saying? I'm 3-4 songs in strong. Still vibing out. Okay, I'm lit. I got that energy now. Right? And then, this when God touched me, I felt like, just when the Holy Spirit touched me, I was like, yo, the things that used to get me the things that used to get me lit, like, it's not the same things no more, right? And I noticed, I was like, yo, like, if I was back in the day, I played some gospel music, I'm like, almost over in church. All right, we got 2 more songs, almost over. You know what I mean? Like, the gospel songs, I'm like, come on, let's get to the, so I can get up out of here. You know what I mean? Let's get to the sermon so I can get up out of here, Yeah, like 3-4 songs in the beginning. And then, like I said, I'm 3-4 songs in, I'm still vibing. And then God kind of let me know, like, yo, like, proud of you. You're changing, my son. You know what I mean? You're changing. Like, the old things that used to get you turned, don't get you turned no more. I get you turned now, right? So when I noticed that and I felt that in my mind, I felt like the Holy Spirit was talking to me. And I felt like, God was like, good job, my son. You know what I mean? Tap me on the back, type, little hug, like, you know what I'm saying? You doing your thing. But, and then I started breaking out in tears. Because, like I said, I came to the realization of God's becoming more and more personal with me. And I'm developing a relationship with him. I'm developing a love for him. And there's nothing else there's nothing else in the world that feels so warm. Like, it never felt so comfortable. And, it felt like a warm hug, man. It felt like a warm hug. And, I knew at that moment Jesus was with me in that car. The Holy Spirit was with me in that car. It was divine power from you know what I mean, in that car. And it just felt so right. And I bust down in tears, started crying, my eyes out, rushed away there. And I was like, like I said, it's never gonna look. It's never gonna look. There is no textbook way. It's always gonna look to you, right? But the whole purpose is make your life more like what He wants it to be. Make me more like you. You know what I mean? Ask Jesus that. Ask Him to make me more like you. Help give me knowledge to understand the ways of you, you know? And He'll slowly start to change you. And you gotta, it's not always gonna be fun, and sometimes you're gonna not like it, but as long as you're really putting that effort in, and you feel it, and you want it in your heart, He's gonna touch you. And like I said, it might be different for you. You might have experienced it in a different way, and that might be a way that like, oh, I have a miracle way, like I got saved by a car crash, or something like that, right? But we are different human beings, so I would say, moral of the story, when you're searching for, relationship with God, just do the small things and try to cut out the small things. Start with the small things and make sure you're doing your due diligence to tap in with Him, having conversations with Him, walking and talking in your head to Him. Yo, like, God, I ain't really feeling this workout today. Maybe I should give me the strength. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like going to the food bank and helping out. I asked God to give me the strength, right? So, moral of the story is, make sure you're prayed up, make sure you're talking to God, make Him your best friend. If you make Him your priority, He's gonna make you His priority, more and more. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, you know what I mean? If y'all like these sit downs with Leezy, make sure you tap in, like it up, let me know what y'all want to see next. You know what I'm saying? I got I got the vibes in the back. You know what I mean? Y'all like the vibes and the, the chill little sit down talk on my perspective on things. Make sure you tap in, like, subscribe. We out.